blessed to have you. Now, you're coming off an ACL. I had the same type of injury. We heard that the surgery was successful. How are you feeling right now?
Man, I'm doing really good. I'm getting a lot of walking in around here, so I guess it's part of my rehab program. But I'm moving around pretty good and just, making strides each day.
Chris, you've convinced me. So if you want to come to Vegas as a free agent, I'm totally fine with that. I'll tell my brother to make some space right next to his place. Totally fine. So just keep that in your back pocket as this thing progresses. But speaking of quarterbacks.
Of course.
Yeah, speaking of quarterbacks, Tom Brady, right? He retired. Maybe he isn't going to retire. What are your thoughts on your man?
Man, first, I would say, I'm very grateful, to have gotten to play 2 seasons with him and, just to learn, who he is, like, as a guy, because, shockingly enough, he's a better person than he is a player. So, if this is really it, I'm very grateful and, I'm happy for my guy.
All right, I want to talk about another quarterback, but an offensive coordinator for the Bucs, Byron Leftwich. His name was being floated around when it came to head coaching vacancies. Why do you think he'd make a good head coach in the league?
Honestly, I think the primary reason is just, he's been there. He was a player, and I think that, that was the first thing that really stood out to me with Byron. It was just, how comfortable he was, with the players and communicating with us, just understanding the position that we've been in, and just knowing how to talk to guys. I think he had a great relationship with all of our players, and we all have a lot of respect for him.
That's awesome, man. So we got some great receivers in this game in the Super Bowl.
No doubt.
You've seen them both. You've seen both sides. Do you have a preference, or which one might have an edge in this game?
Man, there's some studs in this game, man. I love watching all of them. Obviously Cooper Kupp has had a phenomenal year. Jamar Chase has had a phenomenal year as well, man. For him to come in as a rookie and do what he's done is very impressive. I don't know who necessarily has the advantage. I don't know. I guess Cincy would, just having those 3 guys, between Jamar, Tyler, and T. But either way, I think it's going to be a lot of show, a lot of highlight plays.
All right, so Chris, tell us what you're doing with the Lowe's home team and what Lowe's is doing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, I'm very fortunate to be a part of the Lowe's home team, man. I've been a part of it for a little while now, and just being with them, they really allowed me to be able to, make a difference in my community. This past year, they were, we put together $100,000, and we're able to make a difference in our community. Making repairs to homes around the Tempe community and trying to help people that are in need. So I'm very grateful to be a part of that, to be able to make a bigger impact in the community, and I'm looking forward to doing it more in the future.
That's good work, man. I appreciate that. So, big game Sunday. Everybody's watching. Do you have you got a pick for us? You want to pick the game? Tell us who's going to win. You play against these guys.
Honestly, man, I think it's going to be a really, really close game, man. Obviously, the Bengals are no strangers to coming back from being down, so you can never count them out. But I think the Rams might get them. I feel like between the pressure that Aaron Donald and those boys up front are going to get, obviously, Jalen Ramsey is a great player, and then offensively, Cooper Kupp is a baller, and Odell does a really great job. But I think Sean McVay is going to do a really good job of skimming up some stuff for those guys. So I think Rams in a tight one.
Oh, Rams in a tight one. Real quick, what about free agency? What's going on? Your guy Mike Evans said you got to come back, but you know how free agency is. Yeah. There's a lot of money out there, Chris.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
There's a lot of bread out there, man. But honestly, just trying to take it day by day. I'm fortunate to be in this position, man. I worked my tail off, and even with the injury, I'm recovering really well. So I'm excited about what the future holds. Obviously, I love playing with my guy Mike. That would be like a little 1-2 punch, and we've been that way for a couple of years now. Yeah. So I would love to continue to do that. But we'll see where the cards fall, come March.
One last thing, real quick. You played in this big game.
Yeah.
What piece of advice do you give to these guys? They're going to see those bright lights for the first time.
Biggest advice from me is just go out there and let it all hang, man. Just, it's the last game of the year. You worked your tail off to get to this point. Ain't no reason to go out there and be timid. Just go out there